Welcome to Bible Study with Fred. This morning I'm going to talk about Genesis 27:30 to 40. I'm going to read from the Authorized Version. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also made savory meat and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, Who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these two times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. What shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and thou shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. It didn't take long for Isaac to realize what has been done to him. He was suspicious, but with Esau's immediate entry after Jacob's departure, it was pretty obvious. Verse 33 shows that Isaac, even if deceived, was not going to revoke his blessing. Indeed, there's no indication that it was even possible to revoke a blessing already made. God had blessed Ham in Noah's prophecy after Ham's behavior was directed at Ham's son, not Ham. Genesis 9:1. And God blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. In verse 24. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. Esau begs for a blessing, but Isaac acknowledges that Jacob came with subtlety, a trait we learned about Satan in chapter 3, a trait which will come back to haunt Jacob as he is tricked by his uncle shortly in a similar manner. Verse 36 tells us Jacob's name should mean supplanter, someone who replaces, who takes someone's place. And Strong's dictionary, although not the only authority and which should ever be taken as equal to the Bible itself, agrees. Esau accuses Jacob of taking away his birthright when he willingly gave it to Jacob. And here, in truth, he accuses Jacob of taking his blessing, which was the ultimate consequence of his surrendering his birthright. Esau pleads for a blessing, but Isaac tells him there is none left. He's made Jacob his heir, so Isaac does bless him in a manner of speaking, although Esau will hate Jacob for that blessing. He will take that blessing and make it his excuse for wanting to kill Jacob when his father dies. Isaac does give Esau a blessing, but it is the blessing for a person who must live off the land, living by the sword, until he frees himself from his brother's yoke. This too is a prophecy for a future time, as we will see, although Esau takes it very personally and immediate. 2 Kings 8:22. Yet Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah unto this day. So prophecies in the Bible have an immediate contextual fulfillment that you see in the Bible. And that's the most legitimate one. But when and it certainly is okay to take and look ahead and say, well, this also applies to blah blah blah, but be careful, because that is a matter of your personal interpretation. Hopefully the Holy Spirit has guided you, so just be careful when you say things like, well, Jacob's character, that just shows you what all Jews are like. That's been a problem in history. Or Esau, the people in that area. Look, these things like about Canaan are fulfilled literally in the text. Literally, when Israel conquers Canaan, um, these things about Jacob are about Jacob. So it doesn't say, and all of Jacob's descendants will be like this. Just be careful. It's been a problem with Bible prophecy and Bible interpretation in the past, where people have taken and just gone to extremes and twisted the text like taffy. So just be careful what you do with the Bible. It has its application. It's right here. It teaches you a valuable lesson about what happens when you deceive or how deception can be a problem, but it also is a revelation of how God used people's character or lack thereof and moved his ministry of reconciliation along. Um, so that's all we'll do today, and we'll continue with chapter or verse 41 next time.